Part of the problem is that a lot of companies don't trust online advertising. Partially because of ad blocks. However, there are ways around that.
Turn off that pesky ad block. Turn off that pesky ad block. Turn off that pesky ad block. Turn off that pesky ad block.
Then again, Wonder Woman's character is something a lot of writers and popular culture don't seem to quite know about. Sure, Superman and Batman, you think of them and the mythology around them and you've got it down. Superman! You will believe that a man can fly! Batman! I'm Batman. And I can breathe in space. Wonder Woman! Oh! Tie me up with your lasso! In the 1940s, a psychologist named William Moulton Marston created Wonder Woman. And yes, I'm fully aware of his lifestyle choices. He was in a polyamorous relationship with 2 women, so you don't have to inform me about them. In any case, he did note one problem at the time. Girls lacked a strong role model they could latch onto. And I don't mean, let's all be good little homemakers and good little wives role models. I mean women who punched Nazis and kicked people's asses if they were jerks.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did.
And so he created Wonder Woman. However, he also knew that he needed to get boys on board for the character to survive, so he hit upon the age-old excuse of sex sells and put out covers featuring Wonder Woman in bondage. And I mean a lot of covers of her in bondage. You know, for kids! And while there was still lots of bondage in the books themselves, Marsden had this philosophical idea of loving submission that I don't really quite understand, so I'm not going to try to talk about it. What they'd also get was a philosophy lesson about not treating women as inferiors. And there you have it, folks! Your core concept of the character boiled down to a single statement. Wonder Woman is the spirit of truth. Why do so many writers not get this? So yeah, for the next several years, lots of stuff happens. Wonder Woman holds down several jobs, including working at a taco joint. Seriously, she works at a taco joint for a while. She goes into space and topples a galactic empire, but most interesting of all is when Themyscira rejoins the rest of the world. A society of warrior women who don't need men while promoting feminism and peace? Hide the playboys and man the guns, quick!
Yeah, you tried to tell a joke! You get a vast empty void of silence!
She's been in the world for 10 years, she's loved by the world, and she loves the world right back. So, in grand comic book tradition, let's find out how we can screw it all up! Enter Geoff Johns.
Data.
Now, an admission here. I love Geoff Johns' work. He was fantastic with the Justice Society, he has original ideas and concepts that I would never have even begun to dream of, and he got me interested in comics outside of the Titans. But the man cannot write Wonder Woman to save his life! So anyway, the story in question. In 2005, Geoff Johns wrote a sequel series to Crisis on Infinite Earths called Infinite Crisis. In the build-up to it, Superman became ineffectual, although I blame that more on Chuck Austen writing it more than anything though. Batman became a paranoid lunatic who set up a satellite array to monitor the superheroes of the world, and in order to save Superman's life, Wonder Woman murdered a hero-turned-villain named Maxwell Lord. That image of her killing him was transmitted to the world, and suddenly everyone was afraid of Wonder Woman and the Amazons. You know how in Marvel people will turn on their heroes at the drop of a hat? Well, that's what happened here with Diana. To once again make a long story short, the Amazons had to flee from the world, and Wonder Woman would never be able to be with them again. So out with Heinberg and in with famed author Jodi Picoult. She really didn't get Wonder Woman, writing her as someone who had just stepped off the boat to America. Wonder Woman couldn't pump gas, didn't know how to use a credit card, and basically was a complete moron. She wrote a freaking book! She was an ambassador for crying out loud!
Why don't you just do what Superboy Prime did and punch the wall? Punch the wall. Punch the wall.
So here we are. The Amazons are gone, Wonder Woman has been set up as a complete dingbat in her own book, and DC wants to have another summer crossover event book with tie-ins, despite the fact that Infinite Crisis was barely over a year old. Seeing as March is Women's History Month in the United States, I hope this history lesson into the greatest superheroine ever has been helpful, and that the review of the comic itself meets your expectations.